Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. If this is your first time tuning in, then welcome. My name is Desreen and today I have a jam-packed, very informative video for my fellow fashion influencers who are growing on the gram and would like some tips and advice. Those who follow me on Instagram will know that I recently achieved 10k followers. Yay! I know some of you might think 10k followers, that's not much, but for me it means so much. And when I decided to start being consistent and when I put these tips that I'm going to share in place, that's when I saw that my followers and my engagement just started growing and growing and growing. And I noticed during my time on Instagram, I would get so many messages. People would message me and ask, you know, how are you growing your following? How are you growing your engagement? How are you getting brand collaborations? How are you getting paid brand collaborations? So I just thought, you know what, now I'm here to spill the beans. I'm here to share. And on my channel, I want to start sharing, you know, more informative things, not just fashion, not just vlogs and things. I would like to share informative videos that I know would help some of you there. Because if I knew that there were videos out here like this when I first started, oh my gosh, I would appreciate those videos so much. So I thought I'd share for those who are either starting up or finding it hard to get brand collaborations, or they feel like their followings are kind of on a standstill, or you're one of those ones that notice that you're getting followers every day and you're losing followers every day and you're just not seeing the gradual growth that you want to. So in today's video, I'll be discussing two topics. The first topic will be how to grow your Instagram followers and how to grow your engagement. That's the first one. And the second one is how to get brand collaborations or even paid brand collaboration opportunities or deals or whatever you would like to call it. I know some of you are probably thinking, Desi, why don't you just do them in two separate videos, because they're two separate things, but actually they are very much linked, and that's why I'm going to share them in this video. I'm going to try and be very informative. I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet. If you've got time, get a cup of tea, get a hot chocolate and sit down and get ready with your notepad and your pen to write down these tips. So first I'm going to start with how to grow your following on Instagram. I specifically say Instagram because that's where, you know, that's my main platform that I use and that's the platform that I focus on the most. So the first tip for growing your followers on Instagram and your engagement on Instagram is consistency. Consistency is key. I know that you hear it all the time. I've said it all the time, even before when I wasn't really consistent. Honestly, consistency pays off. What I mean by consistency, I'm not saying that you have to post every single day or you have to share things every single day. You have to share a video every single day. I'm just saying that you have to be consistent. So there was a time that I noticed that I wasn't really growing as much as I wanted to, and it was because I wasn't consistent. So I would share a post on Instagram maybe on a Monday, and then I would share one maybe on a Friday, and then I might share one the following day, and then the following 2 weeks I just didn't have that consistency. And also with my YouTube videos, which I'm starting to try to pick up now. So we're just going to bring it back to the ground because listen, the YouTube one, I'm still trying to be consistent, but your girl is consistent from now on. So the tip to be consistent, for me, I post every other day on Instagram. It could be an Instagram video on your post. It could be an IGTV video. It could be, or just a picture on your post. Post every other day. If you can, post every day. I noticed there was a time that I was posting every day and I found that I was running out of content, and because I was running out of content, I found myself trying to just create anything and just putting it out there for the sake of putting it out there, instead of putting out something really good and some, you know, a post that I know would get a lot of engagement. Post every other day. Honestly, when you start posting more on Instagram, I don't know what Instagram does, but because you're posting regularly, you're likely to come up on people's what's that feed called, the explore page, because you're being consistent. So those who are interested in things that you post or posts that you share are likely to see you on their engagement in the engagement page, and not engagement, the explore page. Because I noticed when I asked people, some people would message me and just say, oh, I found you on my explore page. I'm like, oh, okay. And I noticed that people would start seeing me on the explore page when I was posting more consistently. So post more regularly, share more regularly. This also includes Instagram stories because people like engagement. Think with me. When I follow someone on Instagram, it's because I've liked one of their posts or some of their posts, or I've liked their videos or whatever. And I followed them because I want to know when they're going to post something else. I want to see the other content that they're going to share on their page. So if someone's followed me and they've seen something I've posted today and then I don't post in a week's time, they're just going to be like, what's the point of me following them? I might as well just follow someone else. Do you know what I mean? So consistency is key. But before I move on to the next tip, I do want to share something that I do for myself, because like I said, you can easily find that you run out of content to share, and you might think, oh my gosh, I can't think of, you know, getting ready every day, taking a picture every day to share every day. No, because that's what I was doing before. What I do, which is the best thing ever, I find one day in the week, which is usually a Saturday or a Sunday. Sometimes if I'm so busy on the weekend, I would do it one day after work, and I would do my makeup, I would get ready, and that day or that evening would be focused on creating content. I would take pictures in my house, because you know, during the pandemic, or if it's sunny, I'll just quickly go outside and take a picture. I'd record an Instagram video, I would take pictures, whatever content I would create on that one day. So I know that I have enough content for the following week. And like I said, because I post every other day, I only need about 4 posts. I try to have about 4 or 3 posts ready for the following week. And then when that's done, when that week's over, I do it again. Then I have posts for the next week, and again. And that is just the best way for me. Plan your content, because if you don't plan your content, you won't be consistent. Tip number 2 is hashtags. Now, in the beginning, I always thought, is it true that hashtags really help? And then I actually thought, hold on. When I'm looking for inspiration, or when I'm looking for something, I type hashtags myself, and I find posts on Instagram myself through hashtags. And I noticed that some of the hashtags that I would have shared in my pictures, a page or a page on Instagram or a brand on Instagram would find me because of that hashtag. So hashtags are key. If you're not sure about the hashtags that are suitable for, you know, your content that you create, you can go on Google and you can type hashtags for fashion, for example, or hashtags for beauty. You don't want to overdo it, but you want to find hashtags that are particularly for, like, based around that content. And just to add about hashtags, another thing that I only realized, I think probably when I was at around 3K, that each brand has a specific hashtag. Not every single brand, but majority of the retail or high street brands have hashtags. For example, like Topshop has #Topshop style hashtag, if that makes sense. H&M has a hashtag. Pretty Little Thing have a hashtag. Boohoo. So also, obviously, hashtag fashion, blogger, London, whatever you want to hashtag, but make sure you hashtag the brand or the company that you are wearing in the post. For example, I'm wearing H&M dress. I love this dress. If I was to take a picture in this, I would put H&M's hashtag. And actually, when I've done that before, H&M and Monkey, I think someone else, and another company responded to that picture and asked them to use my post on their social media platform or on their website because I shared that hashtag. So now you guys see how important it is to hashtag. The third tip for growing your followers is to follow others and engage with others who are doing the same thing that you want to do, those who are on the same level as you and those who are higher in the game more than you. I hope that makes sense. So for example, I started following other beauty and fashion influencers and engaging on their posts, you know, commenting on their posts, liking their feed, sharing their posts, and you'd find that, of course, make sure it's genuine. For me, it was genuine. I genuinely liked what they were sharing, and genuinely, you know, there's some people on Instagram that you don't know them, but you feel like you know them and you really like them. Engage with those. That's what I was doing. I was engaging with those, and I would share their feeds. And I noticed that when I was engaging with people who are in the same you know, field as I'm in, I noticed that they were doing the same with me. So they started engaging on my posts. They started sharing my things, and then because they were sharing my posts, their followers were seeing my posts, and my followers were seeing their posts. So it's like we're both supporting and helping each other grow, if that makes sense. And also, to add to that, you can build lovely friendships. I've built so many friendships on Instagram, and some of those friends have allowed me to be in opportunities that I would have never had, I would have never been able to receive if I didn't have that friendship with them. So for example, I've been invited to events with friends on Instagram. I've been invited to actually work with a brand with a lovely friend on Instagram. She helped me so much. So definitely connect with those who are doing the same thing that you are doing. But it has to be genuine. Don't just do it because you just want, you know, you want them to share your stuff, or you want something out of it. No, and that's just not me. But genuinely, those who you genuinely like, those who you genuinely support and you really like their content, definitely get ideas from them, you know, ask them questions. And that's what I did. I asked them so many questions. I asked so many of them. You guys would know if you're watching now. I asked, how did you do this, how did you do that, or what would you advise? And they were always so friendly and supportive with that. So definitely that really helps. You notice that some of their followers will start to engage with your followers, and you also have opportunities to attend events possibly like I did, and I'm so grateful for that. But yeah, definitely follow and engage with those who are also doing the same thing. My next tip is to make sure that your page looks nice and clean and in sync. I noticed that before, when I wasn't growing as rapidly as I am now, it was because I was just sharing random things. So I would share some photos with maybe like the white border on the side, then I would share like a random video at night, and then I would share, you know, a picture, say, at the restaurant, and then another one would be a text with a quote on it. Like, and when I look at it visually, it just didn't look appealing. And there's just something about the pages looking nice, clean and fresh that makes people click follow. I want to see more of that, rather than it kind of looking a bit all over the place and people also not knowing what you're actually sharing. So I did have to go through my Instagram and kind of remove some things that I thought that didn't make my page look in sync. Like now, most of my pictures are just one picture of me wearing a specific outfit. I don't use a specific edit. Anyway, I'm going to do another video on how I edit my pictures. But they are all quite similar, and my videos that I share are all quite similar. So make sure your page looks quite clean. Your highlights, you've got like, you know, the images on your highlights, and your page just looks nice and fresh, because people are likely to want to follow it because it looks nice and clean and they kind of know what content to expect, rather than following someone's page that's all over the place. So now I'm going to share the tips for the next and most interesting topic, is how to get brand collaborations and paid brand opportunities and collaborations. This is probably the most asked question that I get, just because I only just gained 10k followers. So prior to that, I was receiving brand opportunities, brand collaboration opportunities, paid opportunities as well. So, and I know that even before I started Instagram, I always thought I had to get to 10k followers, I had to get to 20k or 100k followers to ever, you know, be able to collaborate with a brand. And then over time, I actually realized that a lot of brands are investing in micro influencers, smaller influencers, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make sure I'm going to be one of them. So keep watching to hear the tips on how I did so. First tip is tag brands. If you're like me, then there would have been a period of time when all you kept doing is buying. Taking pictures, and sharing it on the gram, and you're not really seeing anything from it, or, you know, brands weren't reaching out to you. Why? Because you are not tagging them. You need to tag in your outfit. Say for example, like I said earlier, I'm wearing this dress, I would take the picture, cheese, and I would tag H&M. I would tag H&M, and I would also add their hashtag on the post. Sometimes they see it, sometimes they don't. But I know sometimes, and they have seen the post and they have reached out to me because I have tagged them. So my advice, if you are a smaller influencer, under 10k followers, maybe you're, you know, 2k or even above 1k, from when you're above 1k, I would start off with the smaller online brands. So it could be, these are just examples, I would say Femilux, what else, Missy Empire, Miss Pap, you know, any of those smaller fashion brands, those online brands, I would start with those ones, because of course the bigger brands would like bigger influencers. Some of them like smaller ones, but I would start off with the smaller ones because they are likely to offer to gift you with items to promote and to share. So when you buy something from their brand, tag them and hashtag them. Tip number 2, hauls, try on hauls, lookbooks and things like that as well. Share those kind of content. Share those kind of contents, because brands like to see you showcasing their items, because they know that someone is going to see the item and they're going to want to purchase it. So definitely start creating those kind of contents, and also don't forget to share them. Even if you want to tag the post in your story and you tag them again, someone is seeing, whether it's the brand itself. And what I've also noticed, sometimes it's not even the brand themselves, but it's another brand who has seen me promote another brand, and they're like, actually, I would like you to promote my brand, if that makes sense. So create posts, create videos, create hauls, create whatever it is, but make sure you tag the brands. Tip number 2 is to join influencer platforms that share brand collaboration opportunities and paid brand collaboration opportunities. So the first one is called Takumi. I used that twice, and this was way before I had 10k. So the first platform that I used, I don't use them anymore, just because I find that they don't have many brand collaborations that I'm interested in, or is for me specifically, but I still check it out here and there just to see if there's anything that I could apply for. But so far I've used them twice, so I will say numbers as well. I think with these 2 collabs, I definitely had them way before 10k. I think my first opportunity was with Primark Beauty makeup, and I think at that point I was probably about 6k followers, and I got paid £150, and I also got a gift voucher to buy all the beauty products with, to share a beauty look and to do a flat lay of the Primark items. And the second one was the ice cream picture that I shared with my sister, and that was, I don't remember how many followers I was at that point, but it was definitely, again, way less than 10k. I think it was probably about 7k, and it was for co-op, and basically it was for ice cream, to promote the new flavor of ice cream. And I took a picture of my sister in our friend's garden, and I got paid £90 for that. I of course had to buy the ice cream. So there are a lot more paid opportunities on there. I just find that, for example, like today I'm on there and there's 2 opportunities, and it's just not really for me. So that platform, you can get paid and you can have less than 10k followers. Another influencer platform that I used is called Tribe. So Tribe is more different. So with Takumi, I would apply, and they would check out my Instagram, my social media accounts, and they would say yes or no whether they think that I can create something for them. And then once they click yes, they would then send me the voucher, for example, or they'll just say yes and you have until this date to share it. The difference now with Tribe is really annoying, because you basically have to create the content first. You create the content first, and then you apply and submit it, and then they choose whether they are happy with it or whether they're not. So again, I'm going to be very transparent in this video. So this again was when I was, you know, I had less than 10k. I don't remember exactly how many, but it was definitely less than 10k. I had been paid £175 from 2 posts. Tribe is less, so you get paid less than you would get paid on Takumi. However, as I was starting up and I understood that I am, you know, a smaller influencer in the whole influencer world, I was happy to accept anything. So I think overall, let me just check. Oh, it's not even showing my old one. The thing with Tribe is that they would show you all the ads, the available opportunities. Some of them would say you have to have from 3k to 10k. Some of them will say you have to have from 1k to 3k. Some would say 10k and above. And for you to apply, you basically have to create the content first. Once you create the content, you submit it, and they basically say yes or no. So for me, fortunately, there was one video that I created, and they didn't approve it. I didn't mind, because it was only the first time. It was only one video that I created and they didn't approve it, so I was like, whatever, that was a waste of my time. But then I believe I have worked with them 3 times. One again was with Primark, another one was with eyelashes that I got from Superdrug, and I think the other one was the Krispy Kreme donut. So there's different payment brackets as well. They will usually give you a bracket, and then you get to basically type in there how much in that bracket you would like to receive for that, and then they approve. So that's also a good one. And the last one, this one isn't paid. So the other two that I mentioned are paid opportunities, but this one is just for collaboration. So I noticed that I would get more collabs when I was like less than 5k. So if you are less than 5k, I definitely think this is a great platform to start with, not to continue with, just to start with. And it's called the Bloggers Program. So the Bloggers Program, you put in your details, you sign in, you know, you put your following, you put your YouTuber numbers, and they basically calculate all around. And then you just tick your, and then you select your categories that you are, you know, that you would like to receive opportunities from. For example, mine was fashion and beauty. I can't remember what my other one is. And then they will show you all the opportunities for that. And then they will show you all the opportunities that are available. Even when they display all the opportunities on one page, you would see on the front page, it would say, for example, 5k, gifting, 2k, 25k. The gifting ones is the most important ones for me. That was the most important one for me, because at that time I knew that my figures weren't that high yet. So I was happy just to be gifted an item and then just to promote it on my socials. And I found that these opportunities, whether it was gifted or if it was paid, opened doors to other brands and other companies contacting me because they liked the content that I created to promote the other ones, if that makes sense. So some opportunities you'll get to start with won't be paid, some of them could be paid, but it's just about getting yourself out there. In the beginning, I wasn't really focusing on how much I was getting paid. I wasn't focusing on, you know, the money side. I was just like, yes, I want to get myself out there. I just want to work with a brand. I just want to get, you know, have opportunities just to promote myself and promote my work and work with as many brands as I can. So if you're in the same boat as me, then I definitely would recommend that. And the last one is to message them. You know, you never know what they could say. Drop in their DMs or find the email or the PR contact and then just email them and tell them a little bit about yourself. You've got nothing to lose. I know that was a lengthy one, but I really wanted to share all my tips and all my advice on what has worked for me, and I hope this works for you, those who are trying to grow their page, their social media accounts, and work along with brands more. But let me know if you liked this video, and if there's anything else that you would like to see. Like I said, I have in mind to share a video on how I edit my pictures. Let me know if there's anything else you would like, and stay tuned. Make sure you like this video, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.